Emma Raducanu triumphs over Naomi Osaka at Mubadala Citi DC Open. Emma Raducanu advances to quarterfinals in the Mubadala Citi DC Open after defeating Naomi Osaka in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2. This victory marks a significant milestone for her as she prepares for next month's US Open, where Osaka was previously crowned champion in 2018 and 2020. Raducanu now faces Maria Sakkari, who secured a 7-5, 7-6 win over Emma Navarro to advance. Her recent performance has brought her back to the top rankings, having previously claimed the position in June before dropping back to 46th place after a third-round loss to Aryna Sabalenka at Wimbledon. Williams becomes the oldest WTA winner since 2004, and When is Tennis live on Sky Sports provide additional insights into the event. Raducanu also highlights her confidence, stating she believes Osaka's skill and presence on the court will give her a competitive edge. She expressed satisfaction with her game style and ball control, noting the conditions were favorable. Additionally, Not Got Sky, Get Sky Sports, or Stream with No Contract offers online access. The match highlights key moments, such as Raducanu converting break points and securing a decisive first serve win percentage. As the tournament progresses, Raducanu will face Sakkari, who knocked out Britain's Katie Boulter earlier this week, before beating second seed Navarro. Meanwhile, Cameron Norrie lost to American 14th seed Brandon Nakashima, marking his first win over a top 10 player in 2.5 years. Dan Evans was also eliminated in a 2-6, 6-7 defeat to French trickster Corentin Moutet, who proceeds to compete against Daniil Medvedev. The event is supported by Sky Sports, offering live broadcasts and exclusive content across platforms. Watch the ATP and WTA tours, plus the US Open in New York, live on Sky Sports in 2025, or stream with Now. http://www.nowtv.com/watch Sky Sports online and the Sky Sports app. Sky Sports provides over 50% more live sports access at no extra cost. Emma Raducanu versus Naomi Osaka, DC Open Showdown, highlights and analysis. Imagine the tennis world buzzing with anticipation as two former US Open champions faced off for the first time in their careers. Emma Raducanu emerged victorious over Naomi Osaka at the DC Open on Thursday, securing a hard-fought 6-4, 6-2 win. But here's where it gets controversial. Raducanu, who became the first qualifier to win a Grand Slam title in 2021, demonstrated why she's a force to be reckoned with. She managed to save all 2 break points she faced and broke Osaka's serve 3 times, showcasing her improved game. "I did feel it had a bit of extra," Raducanu admitted. "It's a match that I feel a lot of people were talking about beforehand. I knew that ahead of the match. But I actually quite like these kind of matchups, where you're playing a great opponent. A lot of people have eyes on the match. They're into it. I enjoy it. I'm just pleased with how I was able to navigate playing a 4-time slam champ." Raducanu's improved serve was a key factor in her victory. She explained, "I'm serving better, and that helps a lot. I always returned pretty decent, but the element of just when I serve well, it does add another dimension to my game. I'm able to kind of start the points better and look for my forehand and get that into play a bit more, and then dictate." Osaka, on the other hand, struggled with 7 double faults. She reflected, "I feel like from the baseline, I was doing pretty well. I think there are certain situations where she got one more ball back, and I was kind of just looking and waiting." Raducanu, currently ranked 46th, will face Maria Sakkari in the quarterfinals. Sakkari eliminated number 2 seed Emma Navarro on Wednesday. Meanwhile, other notable results included Jessica Pegula's loss to Leylah Fernandez and Venus Williams' defeat to Magdalena Frech. And this is the part most people miss. The men's side saw several top seeds advance, including Taylor Fritz, Ben Shelton, Francis Tiafoe, Alex de Minaur, Daniil Medvedev, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, and Brandon Nakashima. What do you think? Was Raducanu's victory a testament to her improved game? Or was it a fluke against a struggling Osaka? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Emma Raducanu versus Naomi Osaka. Quarterfinal highlights and analysis. Imagine the scene. A young British sensation, Emma Raducanu, takes on a tennis legend, Naomi Osaka, in a match that had the tennis world buzzing. But here's where it gets controversial. The outcome was far from the nail-biter everyone expected. Raducanu, with a display of sheer dominance, secured a 6-4, 6-2 victory, catapulting herself into the quarterfinals of the Citi Open in Washington and reclaiming her spot as Britain's top-ranked female tennis player. But let's dive deeper into how this unfolded and what it means for Raducanu's future. The match was billed as a clash of titans, with Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion and former world number 1, facing off against Raducanu, the young prodigy who had already made waves in the tennis world. However, Raducanu's performance was nothing short of stellar. She managed to break Osaka's serve early in the first set, thanks to a double fault from the Japanese star, and never looked back. Her serve, which has been a work in progress under the guidance of her former coach, Mark Petchey, was her strongest weapon, allowing her to wrap up the opening set with ease. Raducanu's confidence was palpable as she spoke to Sky Sports after the match. "I thought it was going to be a really difficult match," she admitted. "Naomi's won 4 slams, she's been world number 1, won Masters titles. She's so dangerous, and on the hard courts, I think she's particularly comfortable. I knew I was going to have to play really well and manage my own service gains, which I'm really proud of how I did." And this is the part most people miss. Raducanu's ability to handle pressure and manage her service gains was crucial in this match. She not only held her serve, but also made inroads into Osaka's service gains, a feat that speaks volumes about her growing maturity as a player. The victory means Raducanu will once again overtake Sonny Kartal and Katie Boulter to become the top-ranked British player. This is a significant milestone for the 22-year-old, who had previously ended Boulter's 2-year reign at the top of the domestic standings in June. However, a close loss to Aryna Sabalenka in the 3rd round of Wimbledon saw her slip to number 46 in the world rankings. But with her 2 victories in Washington, Raducanu is on track to return to the top 40. And she will definitely pass Boulter following her opening round defeat by Maria Sakkari. The next challenge for Raducanu is a match against Sakkari, a player she has not dropped a set against in their 3 previous meetings. Raducanu's performance was all the more impressive, given that she is currently without a coach in Washington. The uncertainty surrounding her partnership with Mark Petchey has left her with only her hitting partner, Alexis Cantor, in her corner. But there was no lack of direction in this performance. She was sharp from the start, breaking Osaka's serve early in the first set and maintaining her composure throughout the match. Her serve, which has improved markedly under Petchey, was her key weapon as she moved through to a 3rd quarterfinal in Washington with strong hopes of going further. But the story doesn't end with Raducanu. Cameron Norrie, the British men's number 2, failed to match her success, falling to the American 14 seed Brandon Nakashima in a hard-fought 7-6, 3, 6-3 match. Meanwhile, Dan Evans' hopes of another deep run in Washington, 2 years after he won the title, were dashed after he lost 6-2, 7-6, 4 to Francis Corentin Nute. But here's where it gets interesting. While Raducanu's victory was a clear standout, the performances of Norrie and Evans raise questions about the depth of British tennis talent. Are we seeing a shift in the dynamics of British tennis, or is this just a blip? And what does this mean for the future of British tennis? These are questions that will no doubt spark heated debates among tennis enthusiasts. So, what do you think? Is Raducanu's victory a sign of things to come? Or is it just a flash in a pan? Share your thoughts in the comments below.